Today we have a discussion about stainless steel water containers. There are several different ones that you can purchase, and I have just a small representation of what's available out there. There are plenty more different sizes as well. These are the ones that I've been able to purchase in order to do a review on. What we have is the Clean Canteen. Both of these are the Clean Canteen. We have a 24 ounce and a 40 ounce. They also make a 64 ounce, which is a lot larger, but just as for representation purposes and review purposes, these are the two I have. We have the Guyot Design bottle, which is a 32 ounce. And then we have one I just picked up at Walmart, to be quite honest with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of these. We're going to address the pros, the cons, and then my ultimate picks at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's go ahead and start out with the Clean Canteen bottles. Like I said before, they do come in 3 different sizes. This is exactly what it looks like when it comes from the store. It still has the price tag on it. I just got it yesterday. This one I've had for a little while. I was waiting on the larger size to come in. Pros of this is it's in a solid stainless steel bottle. It does not have any plastics in it anywhere, so if you're wanting to use this for boiling water for disinfectant purposes, it would be perfectly fine. The underneath of the Clean Canteens also has a stainless steel sealing system. I do like that as well. It does have a rubber gasket in here, so that's the waterproof portion of it, but there is some stainless steel at the top here as well. This is food grade, obviously stainless steel. 18/8 is I believe the thickness of the wall. This is a welded type. This started out life as a flat blank, and it was welded. There's a seam weld down the center of it, and you can see it on the inside. Obviously they get polished on the outside, so you don't see that. Don't think it's going to be an issue though if you're utilizing it for boiling water. Now if you got this thing superheated till it was glowing red or something like that, maybe that seam would fail. But for bushcraft purposes, we're not going to be getting our containers that hot, so I don't believe that's going to be an issue. This is actually a 27 ounce. I misspoke earlier. I said it was a 24 ounce. This one is a 40 ounce. Same thing applies for this one. It's got the same stainless steel top. On the inside, it does come with some instructions. Just kind of some information about the company, their mission statement, some cleaning tips, and some things along those lines. The downside, or the con that I could say as far as these Clean Canteen water bottles go, is the size of them. 27 ounce, 40 ounce. If you plan on utilizing iodine tablets or any kind of chemical water purification, the majority, I don't know of many, I believe all of them, to be quite honest, but I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to misspeak here, are designed around a 32 ounce size. So we got 27 ounces here, we got 40 ounces here. So you're going to either have to add a little, take a little away, maybe wait a little longer, maybe not use as much, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult if you plan on using the iodines or the chlorine tablets or anything along a chemical line of water disinfection. So, something to take into consideration. I myself personally don't plan on doing that. I'm going to have a review on some water disinfectant options as well in a later video, but for now let's focus on these containers. Like I said before, both of these are made of 18/8 stainless steel. They have a nice wide mouth on them. I do like that a lot as well. Easier to collect water with. It's going to be a lot quicker. It'll be easier. You can also utilize a bandana over the top of this to filter out any large particulate matter. You can cook in these. It's a large enough mouth that you can cook in these. I don't know that you'd be wanting to get a spoon down in there, but if you made some kind of broth or some kind of tea or something along those lines to stoop with, not a problem at all. Large enough to get the stuff in there and get it out as well after you're finished. Technically, you can make char cloth in this as well. Obviously, you're not going to be able to utilize the lid because the lid is a plastic lid. And yes, it does have stainless steel in here, but that doesn't mean that the lid won't melt. So you would have to find something to put over the top of this in order to make char cloth, but it is that way a multifunctional piece of equipment. The lids, no matter what size you get, as long as you get the wide mouth size, they also make a shallower mouth size that I don't recommend. The lids are all the same, so they'll all swap out. So that's the clean canteen. Like I said before, these are the two sizes that I currently have, a 27 and a 40. They also make a 64. It's a little bit too large in my opinion, and you'll find out why in another video that I have as well. So let's put these aside and let's go next to the Walmart stainless steel bottle. Again, this is a little bit thinner wall stainless steel. It did start its life as well the same. You can look inside here and see there is a seam where it was a flat panel that's been rolled over and welded at the seam. I do not recommend this type of bottle for bushcraft or survival or even camping. In the event that you get stranded somewhere, you cannot boil water in this. And the reason being, as you should have seen just now, it has plastic at the top here. If you look at the clean canteen, again, the threads are actually made into the stainless steel. This one here, it has a plastic threading system, and then they rolled the stainless steel over to lock this in place. So, this for a basic, everyday office setting or something along those lines where you're going to be in an urban environment, as long as you don't plan on boiling with this, would be fine. This bottle is, I believe I paid $4 for it. But for bushcraft, I would not recommend, and that is the reason why. They do come sometimes with a coating over them, a different color or design. It's kind of like a plastic type of coating. To get that off, you run it through the dishwasher one time and that stuff releases completely. You can peel it off while it's still warm. But like I said before, just wanted to show you another option, and that's the reason why I wouldn't use that bottle. It's a thin wall stainless steel. It wouldn't last as long as something like the clean canteen would. And you can't boil in it, which means you may be able to get away with cooking in it as long as you're careful, but why run the risk of ruining and or damaging a container that will render it useless when you can go with something like this. Price wise on these, this is the 40 ounce one. It was $24.99, and I just bought that 2 days ago. I believe this one is right around $19.99, so they are a little bit more pricey, but the benefits outweigh the price. Next up, we have the Guyot Design bottle. The Guyot Design bottle is a 32 ounce. It is an 1810, where this is an 18.8 stainless steel, so it's a little bit thicker stainless steel. It's made the same way. If you look inside this bottle, it is seam welded. There's a welded seam on the inside of this as well. This one has a mouth that is comparable in size to the clean canteen, so it's going to be good for collection. In my opinion, this is a bomb-proof setup. It's a little bit thicker stainless steel. It's got really nice aggressive threads, so stripping this out is going to be probably next to impossible. Does not have any stainless steel on the top, which really isn't that big of an issue. It does have this lanyard that holds the lid on that you can pull to release and get it off the bottle. So you would be able to cook in this, as well as, make char cloth, anything along those lines. It is a 32 ounce bottle, so your chemical methods of disinfection would work great with this. You would fill it up to the top, add your either a tablet or the drop, whichever way you utilize, and then wait your allotted time, and it's designed to work with 32 ounces of fluid, water tech basically. So this is 32 ounces. The con to this bottle is, number one, it's got this graduated design. You're going to find that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find a nesting cup with this that's not going to rattle around and make some noise, which in my opinion really isn't that big of a deal, but it is an issue. Another con is these are becoming extremely hard to find. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to utilize these clean canteens as an alternative to the Guyot design bottle. If they were both readily available all day long, I would be going with the Guyot design. I would make my other equipment work around this. It will fit in any kind of Camelback, XYZ ABC company bottle holder. This will fit just fine. So it's universal in that aspect. The only non-universality of it is you cannot hardly find them anymore. So they're going to be a little bit more pricey. Where this 40-ounce clean canteen was $24.99, this Guyot design bottle is almost $50 nowadays. So, you know, you can technically buy 2 of these 40-ounce clean canteens for the price of this one Guyot design bottle. So that's something else you need to take into consideration. Yeah, it's bomb-proof. Yeah, it's a thicker gauge stainless steel. Yes, it's going to work just as good, if not a little bit better than most of the other ones. But when you can get 2 of these for the price of this one, is it really cost prohibitive? You know, you could have 80 ounces worth of water in 2 of these for the same price of 32 ounces in one of these. So, you know, those are the bottles that I have for a review today. My personal pick, like I said before, I like the Guyot design bottle. I'm willing to pay the little bit of extra money. I understand it's a 32 ounce, but the thicker stainless steel, in my opinion, is going to possibly last longer. Now, of course, if you drop any of these on a sharp object, it's going to puncture them no matter what. So at that point in time, it's negligible as far as, you know, ruggedness of the bottle. But then again, as you see, I've got 2 clean canteens here, and I've got another one of these 40-ounce clean canteens as well, because I can't find the Guyots anymore. So if you can and your budget allows, this would be a good way to go, especially, like I said before, if you're going to be utilizing this for chemical disinfectant. If you're boiling water, clean canteen all day long, because it's a larger capacity. This also is going to fit in any of your standard bottle holders. Even though it's a 40-ounce size, it's going to fit. I also have found a nesting cup for this. I'm going to be doing a video on that here shortly, so stay tuned on that. So, you know, I'm more leaning towards the clean canteen now just because of availability purposes, but if I had my choice, this is going to be easier out there in the bush. You know, you fill it up, you put the tablet in, you wait, you're done if you can't make a fire. So that, for that reason and that reason alone, that's why I choose the Guyot. I'd like you to form your own opinions on what you can afford. You know, and everything in bushcraft is common sense. You know, is it common sense to spend $50 on this just because it's 32 ounces? No. But if you can afford it and that's the way you want to go, that's the way you go. You form your own opinions. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. I'm going to be trying to put more and more videos on as we progress. We are an independent review company of products that are on the market designed for bushcraft and camping and survival. This is Seth Elwood for Bushcraft Review Online. If you would like to reach us and have a product review idea, or if you're a manufacturer and you would like to contact us about doing a review on your product, you can reach us at bushcraftreviewonline@gmail.com, or you can post your comments below in the comments section here on this video. Again, this is Seth with Bushcraft Review Online, and we thank you.